Hey there, welcome back to the channel. My name is Violet and I'm super happy to have you here. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing a few products that I've had on hand from ShopMissA for quite some time now. I want to say it's been more than 6 months, around that time frame. So if you're excited to hear my thoughts, what I think about them, are they good, are they bad, any and all thoughts that I do have to give to you, then just keep on watching. First product I do want to mention or talk about is going to be their AOA Plush Faux Mink brush set, which contains 5 face brushes and 5 eye brushes, and that come in this vegan leather brush roll. So you'll come and see they only come in this one color, black. So as you can see, it has this little flap to cover the brushes, and then a slot for each and every brush that it'll come in. So you've got this nice cute little travel case, or if you're a professional makeup artist, then this will come in super handy, or this will just honestly come in handy otherwise for you if you just like want to store your brushes in a really easy and convenient little pouch. So that is nice. You get this for free as well. In this brush set comes 10 brushes, showing you here. They are in a all matte black packaging, and then on the handles, wooden handles themselves, they contain the logo of the AOA Studio brand and then the brush number, so they all reference E for the eyes and then F for the face, so that is really pretty nifty. I do appreciate that. I have used all of them except for 2, and I have used these quite a few times over the past, I want to say like 9 months maybe. I did receive this for my birthday back in March of 2020, depending on when this video goes up. So I have extensively used this. I've put them through the test. I have tried them with, you know, all different products across the board in my collection. So I feel like I have a really good take on these brushes overall. Overall, these 5 eye brushes are a pretty nice set for, I'd say, more of a beginner, someone who is not taking this as a profession, or who's just getting into makeup or doesn't know really where to start with buying brushes. I do really recommend these because they are all super soft. They're all very easy to work with. They're a nice, very flexible material. They are also very affordable. Just, you really can't go wrong with $1 a piece of brush. That's the incredibleness out of this entire thing. And you're really able to create, you know, so many different looks and use just about every single brush in this kit. I do find that you really don't need a ton of brushes if you are a minimalist, or if you don't really want to spend a lot of money on, let's say, 10 eye brushes that you probably will only be using, let's say, half of those or about 3 of those. This is really great for that. I think if you're in the market for, you know, more affordable option of brushes that comes in a set that you're wanting both face and eye brushes, I really think that this could be a really good option for you. I have not had any trouble with any non-blending issues. I've not had any trouble whatsoever with any of these. I find myself gravitating towards each and every one of these, just in the depending on the eye look that I am doing, but this is so worth it. I love these. They're just a nice sturdy handle. They're well made, long, so you're not going to be, it's not going to be too awkward to hold, but it's also just kind of be more comfortable because of the length of the brush. But these are what the 5 eye brushes, I mean not eye brushes, face brushes look like. These 2 right here, this one's called F25 and I believe the other one is called F24. I have not used these. One's for blush and one's for highlighter. I always forget to use these. I always gravitate towards other brushes for this, or I don't typically apply blush to need it, but I will eventually try my best to use these, and leave a note down in the description box for you as well if you're interested in those. But I have not really touched these at all since I got this set. I've mainly used these 3. The big powder brush is my all-time favorite powder brush. I always use this. This is my go-to brush. I've not put it down ever since I've received it. I feel like it's a big, huge, nice, soft, comfortable. It doesn't really hurt on my skin. I feel like with some brushes when I'm applying powder or putting it on my face, I feel like some of these bristles can get very like pokey, just like a really like needle feeling. This is incredibly soft. It's huge. It gets a nice like large surface area to powder my face. It powders my face beautifully. This I've had no problems with. It washes very well. There's no fraying, and none of the bristles start to fall out or really start to come apart or anything like that so far. Next brush is the F23 one, which is for foundation. I use this ever since I got it. I've not put this down. I've used this for every single one of my foundations. I love the way it applies. I do have dry skin, and I don't find that it is, you know, rubbing on some dry patches or it's creating dry patches or anything like that. It's super soft but super sturdy. It's like a nice, like well made, put together foundation brush. It is flat top, so it's really nice and easy to get in circular motions. I don't really find it's hard to move around the eyes, around the lips, or anything like that. It distributes my makeup and blends it very nicely. I don't experience any streakiness upon application or whenever I set my face. This brush is just incredible quality, and the only problem I have is whenever it comes to washing. I do find myself having to really wash this brush more, 3 to 4 to 5, even more times than normal. A lot of the foundation gets stuck on the sides for some reason, and it's really hard to try and wash that side of the brush. Washing the top of it is really easy, but just washing the sides, it is a little bit more difficult, and the product just starts to settle in there and just like really cake up and be really difficult to wash. So that is just one thing I do have to mention about that. Last brush is the F22 brush, and this is the more angled contour bronzing brush. It's got like that nice like curveness to it, still soft, still plush, so amazing. This one as well, I always pull out when I start to do my makeup. I'm always using, I up the product nicely. I don't really feel like it sits on top of it and soaks it all in. I feel like it applies the powders very beautifully, and sometimes I do like to use this to apply blush, and it does a really great job. This brings me into the next product, which is the AOA Studio Perfect BB Cream. I specifically have the shade called Light. I love using this specifically with a foundation brush like the one I previously mentioned. I have tried this with a beauty blender, and I feel like with the beauty blender wet, it soaks up a ton of product, so you end up using about half the bottle just to apply on your face, and the rest is soaked up in the sponge. So I do recommend that you use a foundation brush for this. And I have not really heard a lot of people talk about this on YouTube. I have been watching a ton of ShopMissA videos. I've been addicted to them. So just keep in mind that I've got more to talk about and I've got more to use. But with that said, I love this BB cream. I feel like if you're someone who tends to just enjoy a more natural makeup look, this is going to be for you. If you enjoy, you know, not putting on foundation, you feel like your skin already looks really pretty or really nice without it, or you just don't like the heaviness of it, I highly recommend this. This BB cream is a very lightweight, very skin-like almost texture and feeling. You don't feel it on the skin. It blends in so beautifully. There is, I want to say, 10 shades of this. I believe there's a light section and I believe a dark section. I believe there might be a medium section, so within 15 total shades. So you might be able to find the perfect match, or you might be able to buy about 1 or 2 to mix together to end up creating your perfect match. I am wearing this foundation as well on my face, and I feel like you cannot tell of a color difference from my neck to my foundation or anywhere. Every other product blends very beautifully on this. I don't have any trouble. This lasts hours on end, even in the heat, even when you're out doing chores in your house, when you're so busy, when the sun hits your face, when you feel like you're sweating and you feel like you're gonna just look like an oily mess. I don't experience that with this foundation at all whatsoever. It is incredible for the price. This is also one of my go-tos lately. I just been into the whole like natural no makeup look kind of thing. This is just great for, you know, preteens, teenagers, or even anyone of all ages can really benefit from this BB cream because of how lightweight and how comfortable it is. It looks so beautiful when you don't set it as well. It just gives you like that nice dewy, glowy, gorgeous looking skin. It's just so amazing. So if you're looking to try something on the ShopMissA website or purchase something for yourself, something new, a nice like easy, very affordable, inexpensive product of foundation, definitely try this one. I love this one, and I know you will too. Next product I want to talk about is the AOA Studio Paw-Paw Liquid Concealer. This is part of the Paw-Paw collection, meaning that part of proceeds support animals in need. This concealer is a natural finish. It's good for all skin types. It says non-drying, creamy, and long wearing. It is also a medium to full coverage, and they do offer this in light tones, medium tones, and dark tones. Guys, this concealer blew me out of the water. I was highly impressed with this. I think the first few times I was just getting to know this concealer. You do not need a big amount of this whatsoever. You probably need about a quarter of a dime size. You need just a tiny little bit. I like to really focus it on the outer corner and then the inner corner of my eye, or like the under eye. This covers my dark circles beautifully. It gives a nice like soft velvet sort of finish to the face. This works on most of my primers that I own. It works with most of my foundations, and it sets so beautifully as well. This lasts for hours on end. I think the max I've had it was like 8 or 9 hours, and it still held up beautifully. I've had no issues. This is just fantastic. I do have to mention as well, I used to put the concealer all across the eye in one stripe formation, and with that technique, sorry, I'm still holding this up for y'all, and with that technique, I feel like this part of my eye, I don't know if you can see how it's drooping or how like deep set it is. I feel like it really accentuated that area. Highly recommend for a very, very inexpensive, on a budget, affordable option for any reason you may have. Highly recommend this. This is a fantastic concealer. Second to last product that I have consistently used ever since I bought it, and ever since I even heard of this type of product, I have been very intrigued with this, and this is their AOA Studio brush cleaner. It comes in this like clear plastic packaging with their logo, and then inside it has the sponge in it. This is a dry makeup removing sponge that allows you to remove pigment from your brushes without using water. It tells you how to clean, and it tells you how to use it, so I won't go into too much detail. But basically this is just so that if, let's say you have 2 makeup brushes or 2 eye brushes that you really like to use, or that's all you own, and you just really want to use the same brushes for, you know, just the eye look that you're doing. You don't really feel like you need to spend on more brushes. This is very helpful, and it changed my life. So pretty much is you'll grab, so let's say I just have an eyeshadow brush here, so you're just going to get your brush and swirl it in, and it takes away the pigment or the eyeshadow that was previously on it. I love this thing. I found that the more fluffier, the more not so packed and dense brushes really take off the shadow off this very well. I have found that more flat, compact concealer brushes or shader brushes, as they do take off some of the shadow, but not all of the shadow, and it's not like all that well. So I do just kind of recommend this for more fluffier crease blending brushes, or that have more of a little bit of give to them. They're just a little bit more flexible. I won't recommend them for face brushes as well, because this little size is not going to do you any good. You're going to have to deep clean those, but this is just more for quick little eyeshadow looks that you really don't want to dirty up any more brushes, or you don't really own a lot of eye brushes. This is a great option for you. Last but not least, I do want to talk about their AOA Studio Super Strip Lash Adhesive. It does have the brush on applicator. It says it's waterproof, hypoallergenic, no irritation, it dries clear, no formaldehyde, latex free, and it's super strong. Let me tell you guys, they are not kidding with that super strong claim. This lash glue is my absolute favorite. It sticks on your lashes. This is literally the super glue of the lash community. If you want your lashes to stay on, stick on, and not ever budge, not ever move, not ever peel off, come off, if you're out on a roller coaster, if you stick your head out of the window and you roll down your car window and you want to stick your head out there and you want to feel the air in your face and you want to wear lashes during that and not have them come off, this is the lash glue for you. And I don't know for what reason you want that, but it is that strong of a hold that they will not move whatsoever. I do have to find that giving it a 10 to 15 second drying base to get it tacky is more appropriate than waiting 30 seconds, because I feel like 30 seconds is just a little bit too long. I know it's like a general rule of thumb for most lash glues, but for this one in particular, I just tend to have to wait about half that time, and it's really easy to apply my lashes. This lash glue does not irritate my eyes. It's not affected my eyes in any way. It works with any of my lashes. I have so many different brands of lashes, and they hold each and every one very well, even the more thicker bands to a very more invisible brand, invisible band, I don't know why I was saying blend, to just any band in between. So if you're looking for a lash glue that is going to literally super glue your lashes, this one is on the market and this one is for you. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I do hope that these products interest you enough to go and purchase them. Let me know what products you have been trying or you recommend from ShopMissA. Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to see your recommendations and any other products that you would like me to try and or Brandy. Let me know down below. I would love to see you down there. And I hope you have an awesome rest of your day and or week, and I will see you in my next video. If you would like to watch my previous video or be directed to the channel, click the links on your screen.